Part 257. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2561. The smile on Fang Fan's face grew more and more, and it was very real. Probably this pure gesture. It is useless to say more, the feelings in this regard have already been shown. Husband. Don't scare people. I am afraid. I want to hug. Boom. Under the watchful eyes of everyone, Lu Jiyi threw herself into Fang Fan's arms, with an extremely shy posture. The tone of this speech has also undergone a complete change. Fang Fan opened his mouth, and it was completely cracked at this moment. That's it? Can this really work? What the hell is this talking about? Where did that terrified look just now go? Are they all fake? This wave completely took off? That's it? Fang Fan let out a foul breath, and now he didn't know what to say. Anyway, his head was hurting, and he wanted to growl directly. It is probably such a deep feeling. This is clearly doing something. Are you crazy? If you're like this, you don't want fame at all. Don't expect Lao Zi to want you. Lao Zi is the man you will never get. With a dark face, Fang Fan immediately complained. I know, I'm happy. Humph. I'm like this now, what's wrong? I want to see what you can do to me. You forced me. Now I have no backing, even my master despises me, so let's do it like this. Anyway, you're not bad looking, and your fighting power is also very strong. The key is that you can get along well in the academy. With a husband like you, it doesn't seem to be a disadvantage. The most important thing is that you just said that you don't like me, so I don't have to worry about the bridal chamber. If it's just a formality, I don't care. While Lu Jiyi was talking, she followed Aya Jiao even more. Fang Fan took a deep breath, and the veins on his forehead popped out. Sure enough, I'm still doing things. Can you be a little more low-key? Just you will be beaten to death. Fang Fan gritted his teeth, his mentality collapsed at this moment. It's useless to say anything. This woman is going all out. As expected of a werewolf who can defile himself, he is still so cruel to himself. Now Fang Fan is so screwed up that he can't get off the stage. On the contrary, the whole audience is buzzing. Kiss one. Kiss one. Kiss one. Kiss a hammer. Am I, Fang Fan, the kind of casual man? Fang Fan shook his head, and was about to shake Lu Jiyi off his body, but he didn't expect that this woman was like an octopus, just clung to Fang Fan so tightly. Brother Bai Piao, what the hell is going on? Didn't you say that Brother Fang Fan has nothing to do with this woman? Ah, does this seem to have nothing to do with it? It's clearly a concubine's love, isn't it nice? Gui Sha blinked, and then sighed comprehensively from the side. From his point of view, it is indeed these things, and the feeling in this aspect is still so real. As for other things, it seems that there is no. Doesn't this seem pretty normal in general? Very coordinated, no sense of disobedience. I think so too. Good guy, hugging each other so tightly in public, how loving. Zhuo Yao also nodded, and sighed deeply. Bai Piao. This made him unable to. Did he misunderstand Fang Fan? Did Fang Fan have other women outside behind his back? Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2562. It's okay, how many years? This guy is a pervert. A total pervert. Lu Jiyi squirmed her lips, and then subconsciously took a deep breath. Although there was a sense of despair in her heart, but for some reason, there was still a hidden sense of excitement at this moment. That feeling is extremely real. Could it be that she is that kind of shameless woman? Otherwise, Otherwise, why would I think in my heart that there is something or nothing? Lu Jiyi's lips squirmed, and at this moment, she couldn't help but fall into all kinds of messy thoughts. Anyway, this feeling is so real, it comes from the heart, and gradually disappears in the heart. Can you let me go? I know I was wrong, I dare not. I won't talk nonsense anymore. Your hand, can you stop touching your hand? I feel uncomfortable. Lu Jiyi lowered her head, her face was extremely red with embarrassment. Fang Fan's face was silent, his expression indifferent. He is naturally not that kind of shameless bastard, his actions are all for the purpose of making this Lu Jiyi submit. Otherwise, who can bear the injustices that come and go? Let this matter be over now. Fang Fan exhaled, then silently retracted the hand on Lu Jiyi's chest. Because of the concealment of clothes and posture, everyone could only see Lu Jiyi hanging upside down on Fang Fan's body at this moment, but they couldn't feel anything else at all. If you don't want to feel uncomfortable, that's fine. Quickly confess this matter. Tell everyone, you are lying. What you just said is false, and the purpose is to get revenge on me. Just explain these things clearly. As for other things, it depends on your performance. Fang Fan snorted coldly, and while talking, the expression on his face could not help but become extremely indifferent. This Lu Jiyi really brought him a lot of trouble. This loss of reputation cannot be measured by the star core, so it is normal for Fang Fan to feel a little resentful in his heart, it is a normal mode of thinking. Fang Fan thought to himself, then nodded silently, all kinds of thoughts gathered in his mind, and then silently stared at Lu Jiyi, asking her to quickly prove her innocence. Can I not say it, it's so shameful. What do you think of me in the future? And we are all like this, I said it has nothing to do with you, can they believe it? Lu Jiyi pursed her lips, her face became more and more blushing, but those eyes became more determined. Fang Fan subconsciously raised his eyebrows. What does this mean? There is something wrong with what I said inside and outside the words. This wave after wave is completely the rhythm of wanting to do things. What do you mean? Even if I say it has nothing to do with you, they don't believe it anymore. Such a silly thing, still can't explain clearly. You say what you say, whether they believe it or not has nothing to do with you. You'd better give me some understanding. My temper is not very good. If you don't satisfy me, I might even bring you to justice on the spot. Fang Fan snorted coldly, and then used a little force on the hand on Lu Jiyi's chest. Ah! Lu Jiyi was in pain, and suddenly screamed. This scream is extremely charming. It sounds like the rhythm is not right. Fang Fan exhaled, black lines frantically gathered on his forehead. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2563. How can this woman do things like this? What's your name? Fang Fan directly reprimanded with a dark face. Now that more and more curious eyes are focused on, Fang Fan also needs face. Isn't that embarrassing? Who made you, make you grab so hard? My chest hurts. Lu Jiyi's eyes were filled with tears, and she pretended to continue crying. The scene became sensational again. Exploded. Totally exploded. This wave is Wangjia. The wolf-like gazes around him are particularly vivid. Did I hear it right? Is this what I heard? I'm going. This is too bold. When we don't exist, what's the beginning? My mentality has collapsed. I'm still playing with a hammer. Damn it, so strong. It's still Fang Fan, the big boss, who runs amok. Brother Fang Fan, Yanfu is really nice, damn it, I feel like I'm a substitute. Hey, this is the gap. The gap is too big, it's useless. I've heard that Fang Fan has a special habit, it seems to be true. Don't you just like doing that in front of so many people? Then we will all be jealous, and he will feel excited. Hey. It's come to this level. It seems that the relationship between Fang Fan and Lu Jiyi is really not shallow. It can even be said that the relationship is so good that it will explode. Tisk tisk tisk, interesting, this wave is down, take off. Is it true that Lu Jiyi said that she and Fang Fan had a child together? Fang Fan abandoned his wife and son for real. If it's all true, then he's a contemporary scumbag. All kinds of noisy noises can be heard, and the expressions on everyone's faces are gradually showing their sincerity. I can clearly feel the joy and excitement from the sound of their respective breathing. This time the thoughts gathered, and the feeling took off immediately. As long as it is fresh and delicious, you can live in this world, and you don't need to care about other things, but this wave of melons must be eaten to the end. Anyway, the excitement in my heart has completely exploded. At the moment when the thoughts are crazy, the feelings shown are so real. Brother Fang Fan may have his own difficulties, so that's why. Miss Li Yulai, you don't think about it. Mr. Murong, we should trust Brother Fang Fan. Kisha let out a breath, and at this moment, he wanted to say something nice for Fang Fan. Because he found that the faces of the Murongyu teacher and the Liyulai fairy were completely dark. Gui Sha secretly sighed, Brother Fang Fan, I can only help you so far. It's fine if you want to steal, this is a mistake that many men make, but can you pay attention to the occasion? There are still two of your confidant here. This backyard looks like it's on fire. Yes, Teacher Murong and Miss Liyulai, I also think this is the case. Brother Fang Fan is not so disrespectful. You should still trust him. Brother Fang Fan should come to give him a hand later. You explained. The truth will eventually come out. Zhuo Yao nodded again and again, and followed suit. You two are too fake, aren't you? Aren't you guilty of what you said? Let me analyze for you. Fang Fan's mentality, I know it all too well. Bai Piao waved his hand and said arrogantly. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2564. The arrogance on his face became more and more as he spoke. Anyway, at this time, it's time to follow along. He probably doesn't have any feelings for this woman right now. As for the shameless action, he most likely wants to frighten this woman, so that she can clarify something for him quickly. There is probably nothing wrong with the idea, but this kind of behavior is shameless, despicable, and indecent. This body has betrayed its own soul. We should completely cast aside human face and animal heart. This and that one. When will it be my turn to be white? Bai Piao gritted her teeth, and while talking, she immediately complained all over the place. Anyway, no matter how you say it, I just can't get over it in my heart, this uncomfortable energy is frantically gathering in my mind, and it can't subside completely, how can I be so aggrieved? It's such a sad thought now. Scumbag. Xiao Liyulai gritted her silver teeth and cursed secretly. Let's get rid of him together. Clean up these useless things. Let him not get out of bed next time. Let's go together. Murongyu took Xiao Liyulai's hand, and immediately gave a wave of codes. Xiao Liyulai's face turned crimson in an instant, and she put her hands on her chest. She was extremely nervous at the moment, and the shy feeling in her heart frantically gathered in her mind, and her face gradually became extremely crimson. Now at this time, the melon seeds in my head are churning wildly, not to mention anything else, this feeling is very real. The two of us can't do it. He's too strong. I am afraid. It's time for us to beg for mercy. Xiao Liyulai lowered her head and spoke the truth. Fang Fan's strength is now deeply rooted in the hearts of the people. Sometimes there is no need to say anything at all, just showing this attitude is enough. Now it is sweeping all dissatisfaction. This is the crushing feeling. It seems to be the case. Can't he be cured? Otherwise we will all choose to ignore him next time and not have anything to do with him. At that time, with concubine Xiang, we will form an iron-blooded alliance. This guy is so passionate about that kind of thing, he will definitely not be able to hold it back then. Murong Yu's eyes lit up, and then he said with a smile, she thinks this idea is really great. I don't think it's reliable. This scumbag still has charm, otherwise he wouldn't be a scumbag. What if there are other messy women who take our place? What if they sneak in? What if they rob us? Aren't we going to be even more embarrassed then? Xiao Liyulai blinked, then followed suit. I have to say, this sentence makes sense. Murong Yu was speechless. Is this bastard still in an invincible defense state? This doesn't work, doesn't that work? Just let him dictate. Fang Fan now feels a toothache for no reason. Originally, he wanted to refute the rumors, but now it's alright, the rumors are as fierce as tigers, and now they are spreading more and more mysterious. The great situation that was about to become clear was completely taken off by Lu Jiyi's scream. To be honest, at this moment Fang Fan really had the urge to slap this woman to death. Women are the most troublesome. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2565. What Fang Fan is most afraid of now is trouble, but the key point is that this guy insists on making trouble. This wave after wave, isn't it really a headache? Now my brain is buzzing. Fang Fan let out a mouthful of turbid air, and now he wants to complain all over. Now this matter is getting more and more difficult. Fang Fan's arm exerted more force, and Lu Jiyi's face became more and more painful. At this moment, Fang Fan felt inexplicably speechless all over his body. Anyway, I don't want to say anything now. Really, drunk. This is clearly doing something. Fang Fan's gaze immediately turned to the audience. Let me say it for the last time, I have nothing to do with Lu Jiyi. What she said before is all lies. I didn't even know her before. It's even more impossible to have any substantive relationship with her, and even have a child. To sum it up, she's lying. The purpose of her lying is to get revenge on me. Yes. That's what happened. Fang Fan yelled, wanting to explain the matter thoroughly, don't be so confused all the time, Fang Fan is completely fed up. Now this brain is still hurting. You, talk, tell them the truth. I've already made a start for you. Don't be shameless. Otherwise I'll show you a room right now, and you know what's going to happen next. I guarantee that the pain in the future will increase tenfold and 100-fold. Fang Fan's right hand gradually exerted force, and the pained look on Lu Jiyi's face became more and more painful. In fact, it is more from the inner panic. The fear at this moment is very real. Fang Fan didn't have the slightest look of joking on his face at the moment, obviously what he said was true. Lu Jiyi gave Fang Fan a cowardly look, and now her eyes became more and more frightened. Not to mention anything else, the feeling in my heart is too real. I was wrong. I clarify. What I just said is false. I am indeed me to take revenge on Fang Fan. Because he beat me in the process of fighting just now, I was worried about it, so I felt a sense of anger in my heart, and finally chose to do something wrong. I'm sorry. I deceived everyone, I hope everyone forgets about it. In the end, Lu Jiyi still couldn't hold on. She was really scared of Fang Fan who went crazy. Call. Fang Fan exhaled a foul breath, and then stretched. This matter is finally resolved. Otherwise, it is really a headache. One thing after another, who can stand still? As long as things work out. Fang Fan nodded silently, then let go of Lu Jiyi silently. He never thought about having any messy and deep relationship with this woman, he really just wanted to be innocent. Now that the innocence is in hand, other things will naturally be laughed off. After Lu Jiyi finished speaking, the audience fell into a commotion again. It's fake. It's too fake. Ah, this. You can tell that you are being persecuted. Looking at it this way, there really is an inexplicable relationship between this boss Fang Fan and this Lu Jiyi. And this kind of relationship is kind of weird, it seems a bit shameful. Otherwise, why are you so secretive? Just now, Lu Jiyi must have been coerced by Fang Fan, so what she said was untrue. Hee, let's understand. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2566. Many people believed the lies before, but now that the truth has been told, they really don't believe it. What kind of trouble is this? Finished the calf stuff. This wave is really about to explode. Can't you be a little bit more concerned about things on the scene? At this moment, Fang Fan just wants to look at this illusory sky. This is really more wrong than Doi. At this moment, heated discussions continue one after another. There are even many so-called insiders who suddenly appeared. I know why this Fang Fan is in such a hurry to break off the relationship with Lu Jiyi. Have you forgotten that Fang Fan still has some involvement with the daughter of the Deputy Palace Master, Xiangfei? This is going to become the son-in-law of the Deputy Palace Master. This original spouse is a burden. So I don't want to admit it, it's too normal. Hey, from the looks of it, this is not just a scumbag, but a scumbag. The matter hasn't leaked out yet, so you can't talk nonsense. What the hell, can't you just talk nonsense? That's the thing, that's the situation, what the hell am I talking about? That's the truth. Oh, it's a brand new black material. Abandoning his wife and son, and marrying the daughter of the Vice Master, becoming the son-in-law of the Vice Master, taking a long and fast journey to the pinnacle of life. This plan is really enviable and hateful. Although this behavior is shameless, but I don't know why, I'm just so jealous. Why do you think his life is so good? The noisy sound continued to spread out, Fang Fan opened his mouth speechlessly, and now he doesn't bother to care. Don't worry about having too many lies. Go your own way and let others do the talking. Shut up. Arrange them neatly for me. Whoever laughs again will be fined 100 credits. Stand at attention. Straighten my elbow. Fang Fan waved his hand, and then ordered to the group in front of him. The group of people at the magnetic yoke mouth naturally refused to obey the discipline, and each had a look of shock on their faces. Why do you control us? That's right. The instructors haven't spoken yet. Is this out of embarrassment? It's even more solid about what happened before. The direction everyone guessed must be right. We have freedom and autonomy. We are against hegemony. In front of the instructor, do you still dare to beat us? The surrounding students from Guangming Academy looked arrogant, and then became extremely excited. Anyway, it looks like I want to carry out the first iron to the end. I'm the monitor of the first grade seed class. If you feel that I can't control you, I can help you apply to the school and let you withdraw from the seed class. Who wants to quit? Just tell me, and I will handle other things for you. While Fang Fan was talking, he waved and said, the smile on his face was very real. Everyone around was stunned for a moment, and then a look of panic appeared on their faces. They really didn't think of this just now. Fang Fan is now the monitor of the first grade seed class, which still has certain authority. Just now they were purely eating melons, so they would become smug when talking. Now that he has come to his senses, he hastily began to obey the order. There are still many opportunities to eat melons, but there is only one chance to enter the seed class. It would be a pity if you miss it. You can't miss a major event just because you eat melons. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2567. This is what it looks like, don't fix those who are there. In the future, if anyone dares to spread rumors and cause trouble, and I find out once, you know what the consequences will be, so take it easy. Fang Fan curled his lips, and then followed up with vigilance. Doing things will only make my scalp numb in the end. Should you hold on or hold on? This is what must be done. At this time, Tai Shiji came over with a depressed expression on his face, and then looked straight at Fang Fan. You have nothing to do with her. My disciples are gone, too. Tai Shiji seemed to be quite disappointed while talking. This expression and gesture seemed to really hope that something happened to Fang Fan. The corner of Fang Fan's mouth twitched. What's the matter? Things come one after another, and my brain hurts. This is always thinking about the disciples and grandchildren. Of course it doesn't matter, I haven't seen her before. Don't listen to those rumors. Fang Fan curled his lips, and then said directly. After Fang Fan finished speaking, Grand Uncle Ji didn't answer directly, but kept staring at Fang Fan with weird eyes. This expression and posture seemed very problematic. In every way, very unique and authentic. Are you really worried about the matter of the Deputy Palace Master's daughter Xiangfei? If you really have this situation, I will settle it for you. I will go to the Deputy Palace Master and tell you for you. At worst, the two of you can marry together. It's not a big problem. Men, just be casual. Marry more wives, and give me more disciples. I want to train them well, and they will all be the pride of heaven in the future. Uncle G bared his teeth and grinned, the feeling of joy was indeed real. This wave after wave of expression is very real. I still think about these things in my head. Do you still want to hug your grandchildren? You don't understand the whole thing about this apprentice, can you stop expanding the scope? Fang Fan was really speechless. That's all rumors, fabricated by those meddlesome people. This matter is indeed a misunderstanding. I knew it would be so troublesome to get into a seed class, I shouldn't have come in the first place. Too inky. Fang Fan let out a breath and was completely speechless while talking. Master, speaking of it, why do you want me to give birth to a grandson for you so much? You have to change your character of being a good teacher. Fang Fanyu followed up earnestly. Who is a good teacher? I just want to train your son well. Hey, I got to know you too late, you have already been established, even if I want to train you now, I can't get in. This is the most regrettable thing I have ever felt. It's really nothing to say to miss such a good opportunity. I didn't participate in the first half of your life, I can only start with your son. When the time comes, your son will flow with your blood, and this talent will definitely not be bad. At that time, if I train more meticulously, I might be able to cultivate a monstrosity even more monstrous than you. Hiss, will you be able to fight against demigods when you just entered the sanctuary? When he enters the demigod realm, he will be able to compete with the true god. If such a peerless genius is cultivated by me. Tisk tisk tisk, my great uncle G didn't live in vain. I'll feel the excitement when the time comes. Very exciting. Uncle G rubbed his hands together and shouted excitedly. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2568. He also said that he was not a good teacher, which almost wrote his thoughts on his face. Fang Fan shrugged helplessly. He didn't have much to say. How could he say this? Master, don't bullshit. Do you still want to teach this kind of subclass? You are still the class teacher. Is it appropriate to just chat like this? Fang Fan curled his lips, and then reminded him from the side. In fact, what Fang Fan meant was very simple, to remind Tai Shijia not to get entangled in this matter. Anyway, the end result is the same. Almost forgot. I'll make arrangements for you. Grand Uncle G was stunned for a moment, and then, as if suddenly remembering, he jumped directly onto the high platform. The composure on his face was beyond words. After 100 of you, you will be the first-year seed class students. Fang Fan will be your class monitor from now on, and he will give you all the notifications about the class on weekdays. After joining the seed class, let's let go of the general courses of Guangming Academy. At the end of the school year, I will give you excellent grades. You have to put all your energy into the training of the seed class. In the first-year seed class, in addition to Vice President Fu Jing and I being the head teachers, there are also 3 special level tutors and 6 first-level tutors. That is to say, if you add me and Vice President Fu Jing, the number of mentors has reached 11. Our task for the last 6 months is to train you well in all aspects. In addition to teaching you the corresponding combat skills, you must also improve your combat effectiveness and cultivation as much as possible. In the past 6 months, anyone who has the tendency to be promoted can get a certain degree of reward according to the specifications of the seed class. Within half a year, if you are promoted to a small rank, you will be awarded 10,000 credits. If you are promoted to a major rank, you will be rewarded with 100,000 credits directly. I hope you will continue to work hard. The half-year special training plan may be very difficult. You have to be prepared. To tell you the truth, I made this special training plan myself. He. Tai Shiji was talking, and then he screamed strangely. After Tai Shiji screamed strangely, the faces of the surrounding people had completely lost their color. From this point of view, it is really frightening. This wave made all the blood on his face disappear, and his whole body shivered slightly. In his mind, the shivering feeling was vividly displayed. This performance is very real. Hundreds of students from the first grade seed class below began to whisper, and their complexions turned pale. The plan made by the necromancer for us, this is to punish us to death. It is said that the death rate of the students he has led is as high as 90%. So speaking, out of our 100 people, 90 of us will be killed. This kind of mentor, why did he come to teach us? My mentality has collapsed. We should withdraw from the seed class. Countless. Don't you know the benefits of the seed class? Even the Tower of Light will be able to go in and practice regularly, and all kinds of pills and star cores will be supplied in sufficient quantities. The special training in the 6 months will be a quality 1 sublimation. For promotion, I will do whatever it takes. In any case, a decisive battle is necessary. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2569. Fang Fan hurriedly shook his head, almost being misled by Bai Biao. This guy babbled, and played the obscene to the extreme. Why do not you speak? You said it. Doesn't it feel good to the touch? It looks good. Xiao Liyulai walked over holding Murong Yu's hand, and the attitude of gnashing her teeth was vividly displayed when she spoke. Needless to say, this feeling is too real. Although Murong Yu on the side didn't speak, he didn't have a good face either. The master and apprentice are now of one mind. Bai Biao is talking nonsense, what are you trying to do with it? I did it all to prove my innocence. In order to prove my innocence, it is reasonable to use some special means. Fang Fan's face was dark, and then he followed up from the side. Are there so many? In the final analysis, if you can figure it out. Is it? Didn't you take the opportunity to feel the wonderful feeling of wrong Nida? You scumbag who loves the new and dislikes the old. Xiao Liyulai directly punched her with a small fist, and Fang Fan hugged her directly. The strength of this little punch seems to be acting like a baby. After venting this wave of grievances, in fact, it's almost the same. Murong Yu at the side looked at Fang Fan and little Liyulai hugging each other tightly, feeling a little bit of a taste for no reason. Because of the restraint of her identity, she couldn't fall into Fang Fan's arms so casually and calmly, which somehow felt a pity. I trust you. I believe that woman has nothing to do with you. I will believe everything you say in the future, you are not allowed to lie to me. Xiao Liyulai exhaled like blue, while talking, then followed up with seriousness. Fang Fan's heart softened instantly when he saw Xiao Liyulai's cute gesture. So cute. Who doesn't like a reasonable woman? Moderate coquetry can enhance feelings. Bai Biao on the side looked a little dumbfounded. He came here to gloat, watch jokes, and eat melons, not to eat dog food. This prediction was wrong again? It's such a big deal, it can't be done like this. This is the past. Turn the page. Are all women nowadays so gentle and graceful? Compassionate, gentle, beautiful, and generous. Anyway, all the commendatory words can be used directly on this. This wave is very shocking. Everyone took a deep breath, and didn't know what to say at the moment. Anyway, the feeling seemed very real. Why can't I meet such a virtuous woman? Is my life in vain so miserable? Is the clown myself? I didn't see Fang Fan's joke, but did I realize my desolation? I'm living too miserable, right? If a woman is willing to do this for me, that would be great. Bai Biao smashed his mouth, and then chattered aside. While talking, the gesture of gnashing his teeth was vividly displayed. That envy, jealousy, hatred. Brother Bai Biao, there are times in your life that you must have, and there is always time in your life, so don't force yourself. Just let it be. Brother Fang Fan is a man with great luck, we can't compare. Gui Sha was deeply moved, and then nodded silently and said, as if he had a new and profound understanding. While comforting Bai Biao, Gui Sha patted Bai Biao's shoulder with a very gentle expression. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2570. Bai Biao suddenly glanced at Gui Sha with a strange expression on his face, and then said abruptly, why don't we get together? We are both fallen in the world. While talking, Bai Biao nodded and said very truthfully. This wave of expression is so real. Gisha was stunned for a moment, and then said with a dark face, get out. Get out as far as you can. I don't want to be gay. Brother Gisha, you are thinking too much. I mean, let's form an alliance of single nobles. Later, we can form a team by ourselves to solve the problem of finding a partner. Eating dog food every day is really unbearable. The key is that I'm not a dog either. Bai Biao was deeply moved, and then complained to the side, there is no way to say it now, it's too difficult, my brain is buzzing unconsciously. Every time I look at Fang Fan, I have to suffer from an all-round blow. The number of blows has increased, and the mentality has also undergone some changes invisibly. You didn't say it earlier, you scared me to death. Then pull brother Zhuokyu along. We, the three musketeers, act together. Gisha shrugged and said indifferently, he really didn't take it too seriously, generally speaking, It's not a big problem. Fang, student Fang Fan. Just when the atmosphere was quite pleasant, a timid voice came from afar. The instigator of this incident, Lu Jiyi, suddenly walked over with a look of embarrassment, and then looked at Fang Fan earnestly. To say that it is okay to look at both eyes, the key point is that the eyes are very strange, straight, and there is an indescribable blush on the face. Fang Fan's face darkened. Why did this come to him again? Just stopped for a while. Is this going to follow up? Can this rhythm slow down a little bit? I can't stand it anymore. Fang Fan could clearly feel the gradual change in the gentle eyes of Xiao Li Yulai and Murong Yu. This gesture is vividly displayed. What are you doing here? I have nothing to do with you. It's all clear. Go back quickly if you have nothing to do, it will not affect you well. Fang Fan rubbed his forehead, it was too painful. I have something to do. Can you return what you took from me? That thing is very important to me. It was made by my mother for me. Lu Jiyi pursed her red lips, and continued to talk. The more she spoke, the more cautious she seemed. This posture and expression were quite different from the domineering and arrogant look before. Husband, if you take something from someone else, give it back to him. What are you keeping it for? Do you still want to be a token of love? Xiao Li Yulai said rather appetizingly from the side. What did I get? I don't even know. I'll give you a hammer. What the hell? Weapon? Star core? Storage ring? I haven't even touched it. Hurry up and explain clearly. The corner of Fang Fan's mouth twitched, and then he continued, he was extremely impatient here, and he was still doing all these things. No. Not those. It's just a piece of clothing. You took it? Return it to me. That thing is of no use to you, but it has great significance to me. Give it back to me, okay? I'll promise you anything. While talking, Lu Jiyi prayed for her posture to be revealed.